Hey guys, how you doing? Steve Lab here. I just wanted to do a little video on, my thoughts of the new refrigerants, the new 410A, 22, and the refrigerants of the past and the refrigerants of the future. I think 22 was a real good refrigerant. The reason being it was a straight refrigerant. We could put it in as a liquid or a gas. Most of the time you put it in as a gas unless you're doing, a full charge on a unit and it's dry, and then you dump a bunch of liquid in the liquid line. Um, Filling with liquid's always a quicker way of doing it, but it's a lot faster. But it can get away from you. You know, the 410A is a blend. It's not a straight refrigerant. So if it leaks out, it can fractionate, and you have to charge it by liquid. Period. So when you're charging, you crack the suction side, and you put it in there, and you flash it in the suction line as you're charging. But it can get away from you. It can get, you could overcharge the system very easily. And sometimes we're charging the unit in the fall and the spring when it's chilly out and you don't have a load on the system, and you try to get the charge right, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough unless you got a load on the system and you could run it for 10, 15 minutes to really set the charge and let it run and adjust the charge and put it in slowly. It's going to be an issue because this shit can get away from you. You set your superheat, your subcool. Next thing you know, you're running the thing for 10, 15 minutes later, and the head pressure's climbing out of sight. This 410A stuff. It's not as forgiving as 22. Not as forgiving as 22. 22 you can put in as gas. It goes in slower. It's easier to charge. But I think they should have used 134A. That was a good refrigerant, straight up refrigerant that already has CFC. Non-ozone depleting stuff, and it's already well produced. Well, how come they didn't use that? That's a good question. How come? Well, it's low temperature. Is it low temperature? They couldn't use that on air conditioning. They couldn't have figured out a way. They couldn't have figured out another refrigerant to replace 22 that was a straight refrigerant that wasn't a blend. Come on now. This 410A is somebody got bought off to be able to use this shit in the industry. It works on higher pressures. Higher pressures mean more leaks. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Higher pressures are going to be more leaks. We got enough flipping leaks already. Now we're going to run a refrigerant that's running a higher pressure. There's going to be more leaks. Somebody's bright idea. Somebody bought somebody off from DuPont or whatever in Congress or something, and some flipping dumbass that don't know any better okayed it up in the the White House or who knows where. I don't know, but I think somebody bought somebody off to have this bloody come on now blend as a end all to end all for 22. That's bullshit. That's stupid. Very, very dumb idea. I don't think 410A is going to be the refrigerant of the future. I think there's going to be something that they're going to change. We're going to end up with something else. That's what my thought on it is. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb working guy that has an opinion and speaks my mind once in a while and get myself into trouble. pretty much what it is, right? Well, freedom of speech. Speak what you want, But I don't think the 410A was the brightest thing to come up with. Why did they come up? They got all these other blends, MO99. It's the same as 22. How come they didn't use that? Are they going to use this 410A that's got higher pressures? That seems like the dumbest flipping idea, I've heard of in a long time. But I use the 410A. It's okay. I just think, you have to charge it really slow and you got to run it for a while and let the thing stabilize because it get away from you, man. It get away from you really quick. You charge it with liquid. Watch out. Just watch out. You know, the guys that work with it all the time, you know, these guys that sit back and watch YouTube videos, they don't, you know, and don't work in the trade, they don't fucking know. They ain't got a flipping clue. It's the guys that are out there working that realize after you're running there for a while, all the problems you see, you know. Yeah, you know, you can sit back and watch all the YouTube videos you want, but unless you're in your, you know, you got your hands in the trade and you're out there working, you just don't know. You just go on by what hearsay, what you hear. Oh, I speak what I think. So, and whatever, good, bad, the good, bad, and the ugly. That's me, the good, bad, and the ugly. Maybe I am a little ugly. Well, you know, I'm controversial because sometimes I say what I think you know, what I think I say. Whether you guys think, whether you like it or not, I don't care. It's just my opinion. We all have a right to an opinion. You know, we live in the United States. We can speak what we want. I don't think the 410A was the greatest thing. All right, it's got the different type of oil than the R22, and some people say that you got to use different refrigerant hoses and purge out your hoses of nitrogen after you're done. And that's the biggest crock of shit I've heard for the fucking longest time. Bullshit. I use the same hoses on the 410A and the 22. You know, I use the same set of gauges. I ain't gonna put different flipping hoses on it and blow my shit out with dry nitrogen. Are you fucking serious? Shit. I put my gauges on there. I purge out. You know, using the pressure in the system, and that's it. You know, that ain't gonna mean shit. Different oils. Are you crazy? But anyway, like I said, I'm controversial. I've been doing it, and I had no problem with it. No, oil's oil. That shit's. It's not like water and oil. Them oils are gonna mix together. Purge out your lines with nitrogen. Come on, guy. That's ridiculous. You know, us guys are out working in the field every day. You know, can't deal with listening to that bullshit. I talked to all the other techs that really work in the field, and they all do the same thing. You know, they use the old line sets that were there on the R22, and they blow it out with nitrogen or, you know, the flush, and they reuse it. You mean to tell me they get all that oil out of that system? No, they don't. You never get it out. It's not that big of a deal, you know. But anyway, this video is about, you know, the 410A and the 22, and you know, I think they should have used. I don't know why they just didn't use 134A. That was a good refrigerant. That's a straight up refrigerant that they've already had. They got a ton of it. How come they just didn't use that? Would have been lower pressures. Or some guys say, oh, that's low temperature. You might need a defrost on it. Well, whatever, you know. I'm sure they could have come up with something. I'm sure they can send guys to the moon. They could come up with a refrigerant that's a straight refrigerant. That's a CFC. That's you know, ozone depleting. The Montreal Protocol is what they're all concerned about. All these flipping tree huggers and stuff. Oh, the Montreal Protocol. Al Gore. Oh, it's global warming. Bullshit, global warming. Think the Chinese care about global warming? They don't care about that. They're dumping more shit into the air than you can even think about. We're all over here, all flipping tree huggers. Oh, you know, we got to save the ozone. Blah, 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 blah. Really? Somebody's stuck on stupid. They need a good slap in the back. Montreal Protocol. You know, 22 is a great refrigerant, and they're phasing it out. You know, the same thing with the thermostats. They got the old mercury thermostats, and they got to phase out the mercury. Mercury thermostats were good. There's nothing wrong with them thermostats. Oh, it's bad. It's bad for the planet. Oh, but they're dumping all kinds of nuclear waste everywhere. What about that? That shit's worse than mercury for the flipping planet. They're packing all the nuclear waste everywhere. Unbelievable. Gonna save the planet. Global warming. Yeah, right. That's a crock of shit, global warming. Yeah, so guys, I want your comments, what you think about, this 410A compared to 22. 22 is a good stuff, man. You put it in as a gas. If you were in a hurry, you could dump it in as a liquid. It was a good refrigerant. It was forgiving. It was good stuff. 22 is a good refrigerant. I hate to see it go. I bought a bunch of cans of it. Uh, but I'm going to hate to see it go when they got this flipping blender now. I don't know who the hell ever come up with this flipping bright idea. It must have been DuPont buying off the flipping congressmen or the senators or some suck ass up there. Some bloody white collar worker that had all kinds of pull that pushed this thing through. Some senator must have pushed the 410A through. Got a big bloody kickback from this company or whatever. DuPont paid this guy, the senator, all kinds of, money for his campaign, and this senator pushed this thing through with all his blowhard buddies up there at Capitol Hill. Ridiculous. 410A. It's higher pressures. That shit's gonna leak. Higher pressures means more leaks. I don't know. I think someone's a fucking brown noser that needs to be bitch slapped for putting this shit through. Now we gotta deal with it. Crazy. Let me know what you guys think, guys. I want your opinion, your honest opinion of the 410A. I think it was a dumbass idea. And I don't think it's the end all to end all. I bet they come up with another refrigerant. They're going to have problems with this in the future. You watch. I'm using it. I put the systems in and charge them and get them going and stuff. But, yeah, there's issues with it, I don't like the idea the pressures are higher. Higher pressures mean more leaks. Come on. It's copper coils just like it was in the past. Now they're coming out with this flipping microchannel bullshit that's even worse. The shit don't last. That's another video for another day. Microchannels. Another dumbass idea. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. And, for all the new guys, leave some comments on my stuff. I'll answer all my comments, If you got a question to ask it. There's no such thing as a dumb comment. Just don't be an asshole and leave all kinds of nasty stuff on my channel, because I don't like that, I don't be an asshole to you. Don't be an asshole on the channel, and it's not nice, Just if you got a question to ask and a legitimate question, I'll answer it, All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you watching, and thank all my loyal subscribers and my subs, and the new guys, and the old guys. If your cat's got your tongue and you don't want to leave a message, leave a message and say something. We'll get to know who you are, and I get to talk back and forth, over email or whatnot, and get to know who you are, get a feel for what's going on, and I'm doing the videos to get the feedback and the comment back and forth. I'm not doing it just for, just for the sake of doing the videos. There's a lot of work. All right, guys. Hey, man, thanks for watching, and I appreciate you guys. The guys that leave the comments anyway. All right, man, thanks for watching.